and I haven't had any hate mail, which I'm kind of surprised, but I just may get.
You're not doing your job then. You're not doing your job.
Yeah.
And the Prime Minister is just playing whack-a-mole.
Afford a budget that gives so much help to Canadians, the Conservatives don't even have any questions on it.
And I like personally to see what's going on in the poll tracker. And because it's an aggregate of all of the polls, of the top 7 polls, and CBC does it too. So they rip off their stuff. And we have the Liberals are right now. So the last 2 months, the Liberals have been going up. So they're at 36.2%. And this last one was a little bit of a downtick. But over the last 2-3 months, we've seen about, a percentage and a half of the Liberals. The NDP have been seeing large increases at 17.5%. They've had a 2% increase in the last couple months. And the Conservatives right now, they're at 29.1, and they're just dropping from their highs of 34 last year to now. And the way that polls out to gather it all together, because that doesn't mean much. When you look at the seats and you go by ridings, it looks that 60% chance we're going to have a Liberal majority. Now, that's according to polls, and if we believe the polls. Now, I guess so. Coach Dave, we'll start with you. I'm wondering, what do you think about if these polls are correct, saying why do you think the support for the Liberals is increasing and Conservatives, and NDP?
So we're talking federally here, right? So
yes, absolutely, yeah, federally. Yeah. You can throw provincial in too. Obviously, Ontario, yeah.
Yeah, well, but you're talking federal numbers. So for me, I think a lot of it has to do with just kind of name recognition, right? People still know Trudeau, whether they like him or not. They at least know the name. The Conservatives with what happened with their last leader and the bit of controversy and having to get a new leader, and the NDP. I don't know. I don't think the NDP ever really has a chance. That's probably not a nice thing to say, but it's tough being a third party in a 2-party system. And so I mean, 34% is not I think that was the number you said, right? Mid-30s. That's not a singing endorsement at all, right? But it's enough to get you a majority, which is kind of disappointing with our system. That's another topic.
Yeah, that's the amount of support that goes out is the biggest issue. Not many Canadians see it. And how about you, Alan? What do you think about the polls? How Conservatives are dropping for whatever reasons, and the NDP and the Liberals are seeing an uptick? And what do you think about this possible potential there?
That's actually a really good question. I've got a couple of theories, but I really don't know. I think that I've got a couple of questions in my mind, and one is it good to offer a watered down version of the Liberals as the Conservatives, or should the Conservatives be offering something completely different than the Liberals and the NDPs and the Green Party? And to be honest, I don't know. I haven't really come to a conclusion on that. They've kind of gone a little away from the social conservatives stance, which is basically family values. So they've gone a little away from that. But like I said, I really don't know what that accounts for. But I do think a lot of people, I think there's some dissatisfaction going on. So that's why I find those poll numbers confusing.
Yeah. There's a lot of anger towards Trudeau, but no one's gravitating towards the Conservatives, according to the polling in most people. Likability factor may be a factor. And okay, so now we'll go in here. Now, Ford. Now we'll talk a little.
Well, what do you think? What should we do our next episode on? We got all kinds of things. Remember, part 2, we're talking about Ford, we're talking about the Liberals, there's all kinds going on. Leave your comments below what you think we should do them on. Don't forget to like, dislike, subscribe, and comment. Safe Space Cafe. And always, have a good day.